comes in. Treatment. So a lot of people think treatment is Malaysian. Treatment means makan ubat. Unfortunately, sorry, I'm just going to wear my mask. You can hear me, right? Unfortunately, makan ubat means two things. Makan ubat doktor, makan ubat kampung. So the makan ubat kampung is the one which is a bit dangerous. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work. So for me, it doesn't gel well that you don't take medications and you do non-pharmacological therapy. I always believe they go hand in hand. For example, if a patient gets diabetes, if they continue taking their medication, insulin, and they don't exercise or control their food, the medication may never work 100%. So it's always a symbiosis. That's what I honestly believe. So, in the very early days, like I was mentioning to Pak Peter, that what we should do is we should have mental exercises for our early dementia patients. So what are mental exercises? Very easy. They are very simple games you can play. So one is, if you think that the person is very mathematically inclined, last time you can get them to do Sudoku. You think the person is artistic, get her to do paintings, get her to do music. If you find that this person loves cars, what do you do? Solitaire. Sorry? Solitaire is good. But what about people who love cars? What do you do?
Cars.
Yeah, cars. Greater. Cars.
Take them for a drive.
Take them for a drive, good, but how do you mentally exercise them? Brilliant! Correct. So, no. So, you know what you can actually do? You can actually take them, sit outside the patio or sit even from your condo and say, okay, you know what? We're going to play a game. We're going to see 3 cars. After the 3rd car, I want you to repeat and tell me what are the 3 colors of the car which you have seen. That's a simple game. A more advanced game, a person who knows a lot about cars, okay, we're going to see 3 different cars, alright, like for example in this road. As the car passes, you tell me what is the make of the car, what car, let's say Proton, or simple things like Proton, is a Toyota, and what is the color. After the 3rd car, just like, what was the first car that we see? You play that game. It's a very interesting game. I play this with my kids, So it's a very interesting thing. And as you do that, you will find that that person has recall memory. Recall memory. How about, what about people who are musically inclined? What do you do? It's all creative ideas. So people who are musically inclined, you can play the same game, play 3 different songs, and then after the 3rd song, ask them to tell you what the first song is. Incidentally, you know what they are doing in the US? They play the person's favorite song and tell them, can you remember the lyrics? And ask them to sing along. And you will not believe that many people improve their memory because of that. These are very simple games. So, with my mom, first-hand experience, she was a microbiologist in the lab. She really used to love doing something called a gram stain. When you do the stain, you actually can identify what organism is there. There are only 2 colors, purple and bluish. So what I used to do is, I told her, I said, okay, since my son is going to school, he wants to know about bacteria, why not you go and make a chart and draw whatever organisms you can remember and do the color. And you will be amazed at how much they try and then they start to remember. Sometimes you can also play a small game. Tell them, okay, today, let's say it's a Saturday, right? We are going to do an activity. First, we are going to go to the market. After we go to the market, we are going to, or let's say you're going to go only to the market. we must see 3 items before we come back. Doesn't mean you have to buy. See 3 items. I want you to make sure you don't forget to see the fish, the chicken, and the mutton. Because I know we go to Gunung Rapat market, they are all placed different areas. So one day as we were going, before coming back, she was telling me, she told me, she said, your memory is worse than mine. I said, why? We forgot to see mutton. And it is amazing for a lady who keeps forgetting how many times a day for her to take her medication. So these are all non-pharmacological therapies. I like to tell my patients that this is what we can do. But again, I come back to the point. This can only start when it's early diagnosis. Alright? I always believe that it is not a psychiatric problem, it is not a geriatric problem, it's not a medical problem, it's all 3 combined.